First of 14 spring games on ACC Network tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Bobby Dodd Stadium at historic Grant Field. St. Patrick's Night spring game with the Jackets. Chris Cotter, Roddy Jones, Larisha Harris will be there for our coverage on ACC Network at 6 p.m. Also streaming live on the ESPN app. I think it's appropriate we show Jeff Sims in the backdrop of this promotion pack. And we go to Atlanta right off the jump here. Jeff Collins is the head football coach at Georgia Tech. He concludes with his spring game tomorrow night. My guess is they probably got a practice in their pocket following that. But we go to Atlanta, and Jeff Collins joins us live. Is that right? You got one on the house after the spring game, I'm guessing. Is that right?
Yeah, we actually have two. So we'll go on spring break Friday after classes finish up, and then we'll have two practices, situational things when we get back.
All right. A lot of things coming together for your team. 5 coaches added to the staff. You've got a little bit of a reset. You got several guys returning, but I know you're moving some position guys around. What has surprised you the most? What's pleased you the most so far about these workouts?
Yeah, the biggest thing is we wanted to start early with spring ball. So the last week of February, we got back on the grass. The new voices, the new schemes that we've been implementing have been really good. Wanted to get those in early so we'd have a full March to work on them, 15 practices, to learn everything, to gel, execute at a high level. Then we come back in April and we still have 4 weeks, go through the cut-ups, review everything, and the guys know it and they're familiar with it, and I have really good bonds with the new coaches as well.
All right, I'm going to get back to football here in a minute. Let's get to the sidebar going on here. What's going on in the end zone Thursday night? What are we doing there?
It's going to be an event. It just kind of, we wanted to go with spring ball early, wanted to finish it before spring break. Thursday night was the perfect time to do it. It just so happens to coincide with St. Patrick's Day. So what they're going to do is put a tailgate area. I think it's from out to the 20-yard line, out toward the Wardlaw and away from the student section. So it's going to be a great event. Season ticket holders, the fans, get to be down on the field, listen to us coach, hear other guys work together. It's going to be a fun environment.
Only the 20-yard line? I'm going to take that thing to the 40, Coach. Just saying.
It's a good space, though. It's going to be a good time for everybody that comes out.
Now, wait, Collins, you realize, of course, that under previous administrations, said event going to the 20-yard line would have been absolutely non-negotiable. So I'm going to guess you didn't run by any previous head coaches in Georgia Tech history who you might know, I'm guessing, right?
Nah, I do think Coach O'Leary's going to make an appearance, so hopefully he'll be here. That's my guy. He's been a tremendous mentor to me my entire career. And, Wes, you were here before. Some of the best memories that I have as an assistant for Coach O'Leary were getting to bond with him on St. Patty's Day. And so hopefully he'll be here in attendance.
All right, so let me get this right. O'Leary, St. Patty's, beer garden,
what could go
and
wrong?
Football.
What could go wrong?
It sounds like a perfect mix, you ask me. I mean, goodness gracious. You couldn't have scripted it any better.
And the 6:37 mark in the stadium, my daughter's Irish dance crew is going to be out there river dancing at the logo. So that's going to be a nice little moment. Then, as she walks off the field, 7 Nation Army is going to drop as we get ready to put the ball down and go to scrimmage.
Oh, my gosh.
It's already set up.
It's like Broadway, man.
Yeah, it is.
This is a choreographed extravaganza in the ATL.
I like it. Let me ask you about the new voices. Chip Long comes in as the offensive coordinator. Chris Winke's come to your staff, Heisman Trophy winner, who guy you've known. Yep. It would seem to me the synergy with Brent Key, Chris Winke, and Chip Long is probably off to a pretty good start, but I'm just guessing there. What have you seen with those three, and what do you think it'll be reflected on when you get ready to start playing things for real in the fall?
Yeah, Wes, as always, you've got a great insight. They've meshed really well together. They've known each other for a long time. Chip has done a great job with the volume of offense that we've been able to put in, the personnel groupings, the formations, the shifts, the plays. I think we run everything that under the sun that is successful in college football and pro football. Does a great job coordinating all of it, implementing it. Coach Key, as always, does a great job with the front and the run game and the protections. And one of the things that's been very pleasing is just the development of the quarterback position. I think everybody around our league understands. I saw Jeff on the promo graphic that you guys had before I came on, how talented Jeff is, and there's some clips of him. Tremendous talent, great young man, and just to see his growth and development with every single play, Chris Winkie coaching his footwork, coaching his eyes, all the fundamentals, all the leadership pieces that helped him be a Heisman Trophy winner. You just see Jeff flourishing, and then we've got two Zachs that came in here in January, Zach Gibson and Zach Pyron, and just their growth and development over 12 practices has been awesome. So it's been really good to see Chip implementing the offense at a high level, and then Chris Winkie all day, every day with that quarterback position, their development. And obviously we still have a long ways to go until we put the ball down, toe meets leather September 5th, but excited for the progress that we've made and will continue to make until kickoff.
Coach, any other position groups jump out at you? I know in 12 practices, it's kind of hard to judge that sometimes, but a lot of times, somebody catches your eye. You just mentioned the Zachs, A and B. Any other position groups that have actually
I think
you know what, we're way ahead of schedule here?
Yeah, I've been really pleased with the development in our secondary. Travaris Tillman has come in from Michigan State, former Georgia Tech legend, played in the NFL, has done a really good job over the course of his coaching career, and he's come in and done a really good job with the mentality, the demeanor, the collective communication level on the back end. We're probably going to have, you talked early off the air about Tariq Carpenter and Wanye and some of the DBs that won't be in the secondary anymore, that are going to be great NFL players, but just the job that Travaris has done with the secondary, how they've bought into his vision, his communication, his coaching style, and just the collective communication on the back end has been so improved, and it's showing up in the practices.
All right, I'm going to ask you now, and I know you don't want to do this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. One guy Thursday night that when Cotter and Roddy and LaRisha are doing this game and things are unfolding, give me one guy on each side of the ball that you think fans, Georgia Tech fans, ACC fans, need to know who they are and where they're playing.
Yeah, I would say offensively, Nate McCullum has a really good offseason, has played for us over the last couple of years, but I think he's really made huge strides with our offensive scheme and his development and his work ethic. And then on the back end, on defense, Derek Allen, very talented young man, but has put in the work in the offseason, has done a great job stepping up in a communications role. And I think those are two guys that have had really good springs, and they've done it the right way, working really, really hard, competing every single day, understanding the new schemes that we're implementing, and then being good teammates as well.
What is it about McCollum is that because of what Chip brings to the table offensively that you like his development in particular?
Yeah, his attitude, his demeanor, his work ethic, first of all, he's a playmaker, and just some of the things that we've been able to do with him throughout the spring, focusing on his strengths, you're able to see those things show up, and he's such a smart kid and a tough kid, and is able to learn all the things that we're doing and all the motions and shifts and different ways we're aligning him to get him the ball.
But you want to get away from just your team for a second and talk big picture. And you got a front row seat between the transfer portal, name, image, and likeness, all the issues going on. Do you get a sense now that we're kind of a year into this and beyond, it's getting better or is it getting worse?
I don't know about either way. Just all we got to do is control what we can control. And I really like the locker room that we have right now, the way they work, the way they vibe, the way they've embraced the new guys that have come in. And, we had 12 new guys that came here in January, and just really excited about how they've grown and developed within our locker room, and just excited to see what they're going to do tomorrow night in the spring game. And then when we get back in that month of April is going to be critical for our development as a team, both individually, players on the roster, and collectively on both sides of the ball, is going to be really big for us.
I would ask you if it feels like it moves quicker now in the off season. Now you've backed the spring up to where there's going to be a little bit of standing, if you will. You know, I mean, you're not one of these guys that's playing a spring game next month. A lot of teams are. In fact, Virginia doesn't finish until the end of April. Right. Are you interested to see kind of how that goes for you? Because typically you've been an April guy too, but you've scheduled it this way. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Do you sense the different change might be beneficial to you?
Yeah, that's the hope, and that's what we plan for. Typically, we've had late spring games because we had so much development that we needed to do. But this year, the key factor was getting back on the grass with all the new coaches, all the new schemes, implementing them, and then have the full month of April to learn, solidify, and develop during the month of April. So excited about that phase of our program heading into the summer workouts.
By the way, I just got to confirm for you that you and Leonard Hamilton, the basketball coach or the men's coach at Florida State, are now the leaders in the clubhouse with 13 guest appearances on the show.
But he's still the only one ever to show up here.
Collins did host
Collins was here for an hour and change.
Yep.
And
pre-pandemic.
Always a blast.
Yeah, we got the signed helmet. Nobody else got a signed helmet.
Nobody else got a signed helmet. We got a signed helmet.
We got a signed helmet.
So there you go.
Got that going for us. And we don't have free passes at the beer garden at the 20-yard line on Thursday night, but we got a helmet.
No, we don't have that. We don't have Irish dancing.
No.
He'll have that tomorrow night. No. Yeah, Irish dancing and then play ball. I like it.
Tell you what now, there is always something brewing in the ATL. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
When Collins has got something going on, there's always a deal going on.
Do you want to just offer me a March word or thought about your schedule? I mean, once again, it seems like the only teams missing from your schedule are the 72 Dolphins and the 85 Bears, Collins. I mean,
I think last year's was ranked the toughest in college football. I'm sure it's going to be up there again this year. But, we want to compete against the best of the best. We get that opportunity. Obviously, it starts with Clemson and Mercedes-Benz Stadium on September 5th at my alma mater 5 days later.
Yeah, that's it.
And then an Ole Miss program that had a really good year last year, returned a lot of guys. So, and then UCF's a really good team. And then we get into the ACC schedule, and every single week in the ACC, it's quality opponents, great coaches, great players. And so we just got to focus on ourselves all the way up until September 5th and play really good ball against a really good team.
Well, it's awfully kind of them to give you a home date down the stretch. I mean, you at least get one home game in the last 5. Oh, was that your idea?
No, that was not his plan. I feel confident that was not your plan. Right? Yeah.
Just excited to work with the guys and compete every single week against you. You got to line up.
You're the man.
Yeah, let's go.
Good. That's a good answer.
Let's go.
And I tell you what else, the alumni donation to Western Carolina is awfully appreciated as well. So there you go, helping out the cause in Cullowhee, right?
Yeah, and they finished 4 out of 5 wins in the season. So every week's a challenge, and the key is to work as hard as we can to play really good football on Saturdays.
There you go. Good to see you. Be careful tomorrow night. I know you will be. I'm worried about everybody else down in that south end. So
drink responsibly,
that's
Atlanta.
It. Yeah, Atlanta. Take care of yourself tomorrow night at the spring game. Good to see you, man. Be well.
You too. Appreciate you guys. Go Jackets.